Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
It's all about healthy PAWSibilities, right? That's what we do best. And Dr. Cathy Alinovi does it really well. She's the owner of this natural pet wellness center, again, called Healthy PAWSibilities. So if you are around in the area, she's in Tampa Bay and then also in Mexico, but she's here worldwide and even outside today for us. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah. Thank goodness it's nice. This whole Florida thing, normally it's 100 degrees outside.
Oh my gosh.
So if the power had to go out, this was a good day for it. So here we are. I love it.
Well, thank you for being here. HealthyPAWSibilities.com. Tell us a little bit about the work you're doing and venture in, which you do so well.
It's everything natural. And that's why people come to me, and, they want to look at it differently. Lots of people are realizing their own health, need to do things naturally. And so then we start thinking about it for animals and realize, oh, goodness. Mm-hmm. I met a really nice woman this morning. Her daughter has been coming to me for a little while, and her daughter's like, Mom, you got to go see Dr. Cathy. So Mom came today with the 8-year-old dog, and she's got this packet of papers from her regular vet, which I'm going to tell you, her regular vet is Banfield Animal Hospital.
Okay.
Do you know who owns Banfield?
No, tell me who.
Mars, the candy bar company.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So think of that genius vertical integration, right? We make really bad pet food, and then your animals need healthcare, and we have a healthcare package for you. And Mom was funny, and her mom was so awesome because I like to tease people, and her mom was like cool about it. And so she at one point, her dog has a little bump on the edge of the eyelid. And I said, oh, well, it's nothing to worry about. And she goes, what? It's nothing to worry about. And I'm like, oh my God, what do you want to do? And she's like, then she laughed. And I'm like, thank you for letting me tease you.
Oh my goodness.
Bump on the edge of the eyelid. But the crazy thing is, so she has this package, healthcare package from Banfield. And it's basically an insurance system. Just fine. Health insurance. Okay, that's a whole other topic. But what's weird is she pays money every month. And so it gives her this perception of, I'm spending so much money a month. I need to go into the vet. I need to use that.
Wow, that's funny. I was going to ask you about health insurance. Okay, wow, for pets. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Well, and see, and I get this question a lot. And I have started telling people before they come in for their first appointment, I don't accept insurance. Part of it's because I'm a natural health care provider. I'm no longer licensed. I gave up that license. And because of that, I cannot fill out insurance paperwork, number one. Number two, I don't have a staff. I don't want to fill out insurance paperwork.
Yeah.
I think insurance in the pet industry creates what this mom was dealing with in the sense of, well, I have a health care plan. I should just go in. Mm-hmm. In her health care plan, every year her dog gets put under anesthesia to have her teeth cleaned. This is a lovely dog. Okay. I can stick my fingers in her mouth, in her ears, everywhere. So she's a candidate for non-anesthesia dentistry, which is what you and I do. We brush our teeth twice a day. We floss. Most of the time, we don't do that for our pets. And then we go to the dentist twice a year and sit there with our mouth open in the chair, clean my teeth for me. And so think about it. Our pets don't get that. So why would we put them under anesthesia if we don't need to?
True.
Think of the profit center. So even though this this woman pays her monthly maintenance fee, her dental was still $500 without any teeth extractions, without any of the, they gave her extra medication. But the other choice when you've got an animal who's easy to deal with, the non-anesthesia dental technicians are amazing. They know when there's any problem and they say, oh, look, there's this. I suggest you go to your regular vet. It's beautiful. Same thing for you and I. We go in, we get our teeth cleaned with the dental tech, and the tech goes, ooh, there's a problem here. Has us sit there and wait, and the dentist comes over and says, we got to take care of this, and here's how. So that was just teeth. And then she's on the monthly Cytopoint injection, although she's no longer itchy because she stopped feeding kibble. Vaccines, even though she doesn't board the dog. It was just a whole long lineup. So what else do you want to say about the insurance industry? I mean,
because I was looking, I have 3 cats now, and I'm like, is it worth me? And I went on a website, next thing you know, I'm getting all these emails, right? From this one, that one, all these different companies. And I'm like,
they know you were there.
I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. But ironically, and then I learned that you have to bring your cat to a vet in order to get the insurance, you have to bring it there for a wellness visit. Like all 3 of my cats are up to date. They did their shots with the vet, but they didn't have a wellness visit, right? Because I went to like a clinic to get the shots at Petco. So I'm like, that's an expense now, bringing each one there. Is it worth it? And then, and by the way, I need your advice. I think my cat has a broken tail. He got out the other day, and I didn't notice, but he's a male. He's, out there looking for females, right? Because he's not fixed. Comes back in, fine. He's meowing a lot. He peed in my bathtub the other day on my suitcase. I'm like, this is maybe marking. This is whatever they do, right? Crying a lot. He wants to go back out crying. And then I looked at him last night. I looked at him like, his tail's like this. I'm like, why is it bent? I go to touch it. He screams. And I could feel a bump there. And I'm like, so I went online last night to look for a vet appointment today. They had nothing. And then I'm like, okay, there's one on the day after Halloween. Is he going to be okay?
Oh, my goodness.
Is he okay? I don't know. It's like limp, but he's fine. He's purring. He's normal. But if I touch that spot, I could tell. So just curious, Doc.
Good.
What do I do?
Okay, beautiful. Do you want to do the tail first, or do you want to do the insurance first?
Insurance. Go for the insurance. Got to finish. Okay,
we'll finish the insurance. So, most of us use insurance for catastrophic. Oh God, I got hit by a car, fell off the swing, broke my leg, that sort of thing. When we start doing it from the perspective of routine health care, then it's not really routine health care. Then it's routine profit center for the veterinarian. This is my 2 cents, obviously. My suggestion is take that amount of money that you would have been paying for healthcare and start your own kitty health savings account. Just do a separate bank account or a register or something, and you save that, and may you never need it. But then you have that money set aside because, you knew I was going to get to food. I want you to spend money on food, not going to the vet. And then see your question about your little man with the tail. A lot of these things that can help people on phone consults or in person so that we handle it together naturally. Mm-hmm. Because if it's a broken tail, what are they going to do?
Take an X-ray. I'm assuming, which is a few $100.
Couple $100. Prove it. And then what are they going to do? Pain medicine. And they're going to say, keep him inside. Don't let him move. Oh, we really should neuter him while we're at it. And you're like, but we're talking about the tail. Why are you on his testicles? Because if you wanted him neutered, you would have neutered him. Or you can go, well, he's somehow injured his tail. Maybe it's broken. Maybe it's dislocated. Maybe it's bruised because if he was outside tomming around, maybe something fell on his back.
Or I think maybe one of my cats my cat hits it and fights with him. So maybe he got hurt that way. I don't know. If it was when he went outside or not. I don't. Because I didn't notice it until last night. And I know he fights with the other cat. So.
Right. So you could. Different things that you could do. If you suspect that it's a bite, okay, cat bite. You go to the vet, we find the bite, we break it open, we get the nasty pus to come out. Then we give antibiotics, okay, because but we just squeeze all the pus out, so why do we need to do that anymore? So you could take warm compress, lay it across the tail. If it's a scratch, it's going to help that abscess break open. Or if it's somehow he's injured his tail, it's going to help him heal because it's bringing warmth to the area. Just like, imagine you slam the absolute bejeebies out of your toe on the coffee table.
Yes.
After you get done cursing,
yes.
You put your foot up. And then you start looking at the first day you would do ice. After that, you would do warm. And then you look at anti-inflammatories. You can buy arnica, homeopathic remedy, works for people, works for animals. There's not an animal specific. CBD, there are some nice CBD tinctures. I like the full spectrum that have a little bit of THC. Like 0.3%. It's not enough that they're going to be drunk driving, but they won't pass a drug test. Haha. Anyway. But it's enough because it gives a little bit of pain relief. And CBD, the cannabinoids are anti-inflammatory.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a cat bite, your warm compress is going to help where that puncture was break open.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like a bone that's sticking out or something. Like I feel like a bump. So I'm like,
something.
Is that going to neurologically affect him? Does he need to get it cut off? Like, is it going to heal and just stay like this now, or what do you do?
It'll heal. Cats, we used to joke. I've heard old time vets, like our teachers in vet school, say, "You just leave a cat alone in the room with his broken bone, and he'll heal."
My son's like, he might need a cast. I'm like, I don't think they're going to wrap it and put it in a cast.
You can't cast a tail. And so dogs or cats. And I have seen broken bones in tails. And what do? You do supportive care, anti-inflammatories, which I've given you the arnica. I gave you the CBD. The warm compresses would be great. And the other thing that you can do is gently with that tail. I'm trying to think here. I'm sitting outside. I don't really have a demonstration, but if the head is pointing that way, over my left shoulder, so here's the tail coming off, you can gently at the rump put your fingers around the tail, lightly pull. You're putting traction into the tail so that, because I'm outside with no, right, but you're opening up the joints, you're lining it up. So let me see if I can, here, put the phone between my whoop.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. So if my finger is the tail, then gentle, I'm pulling in line with the body, gentle to put space in the joints.
Okay.
And so if it's a fracture, you're getting things to line up. Because if it's a fracture and his tail is hanging down floppy, it will heal. It would be nice if it heals in normal position, because once it heals, then he's got a tail back.
If not, it's gonna...
Otherwise, he's going to always have a droopy tail, which is fine, because I assume he's still going potty. He peed on your suitcase. Did he poopy?
No.
Okay. Usually if the food comes in, it means it's coming out as poop at the other end.
Okay.
So just be watching that the little man is pooping, because they have to lift their tail in order to squeeze their butthole to get the poop to come out.
Got it.
The back end. And if the sacrum, where the tail attaches to the body between the hip bones, the little 3 bones of sacrum, if that's broken or injured, it's going to hurt to lift that.
It's more like, it's like halfway through the tail. It's like halfway. It's exactly like halfway.
Beautiful.
So it's not that close. It's like halfway.
Hallelujah. Okay. Then me again, trying to hold my phone. Okay. So you take that. Okay. So here we have halfway up and down the tail. Lightly move it.
Even though he's going to scream.
Down. Gentle, the weight of a feather, gentle, because the inflammation will come out over the next couple of days. And if you put movement into it, it'll get the blood flow. So, feather touch right now.
Got it.
And in a week, you'll be able to do gentle finger. And in 2 weeks, you'll be able to pull baby steps. He will tell you, Mommy, I can't handle that. Or he'll say, "Oh, bring it on."
Yeah, he screams when I touch it. But
Yeah.
right, I was like, this, like, because I'm like scared too. So as soon as I touch it,
Right.
he goes,
Of course, because you don't want to hurt him.
But
No
the
more
truth is,
than
it's
we
going to
would ever
hurt. So I'm going to do like what anyone else would do. So the doctor would do the same thing, right?
The doctor's going to crank on it. Right. And there's no way to splint the middle of a tail. So you're right. The worst case would be to amputate. But if it's that far from the butthole, so he's got a kink in his tail and it's floppy. Once it heals, he'll be the man walking around with a L in his tail, and it's fine.
Or I might be able to pull it out just like she would.
Right.
Or he.
With the power out, the trash truck is coming.
So Dr. Alinovi outside because there was an issue in her building, but look at her, she's available, she's still here, and what's the beautiful sunshine like in Tampa, by the way? What's the weather?
Oh, we've got 85 today and a trash truck. Hi, trash truck. There
God
it
bless.
is.
It's all
That's
good, all good. Oh, lost your audio. You hit off on the audio. That's okay. That's okay. Well, thank you for the tail advice. I'll keep you posted on Simba. I'll let you know. So don't rush to the doctor. They're just going to charge me hundreds of dollars to do an x-ray to give him medicine. And he's not in pain when he's not moving it. He's still purring. I'm hugging him. He's purring like crazy. Only will go when I touch the tail, which is normal. It's pain. So I don't think he's in pain full time, but it's when he's on a certain area, as if we had a broken bone. Yeah. So for her to put him on drugs, and I could do this, Arnica. I wrote it down. I got to look it up.
Right. Arnica Montana. You can find it on Amazon, Whole Foods, Sprouts, any of
Wait. Is Arnica the one that people take like to prevent bruising?
Boom.
I have it. I have white little pills of it because when I did not Botox. I tried some. She put Sculpture in my face like 3 years ago, and so she goes, so you don't bruise that polylactic acid. So I took it before.
Yeah, exactly. You already have it. See that?
I do.
It's exactly the same thing. There's no pet-specific Arnica.
Got it.
It's
I knew it sounded
homeopathy.
familiar. I have the little pills. I could just squish it up and put it in his food. Or just in his mouth.
Exactly. Exactly. Couple times a day, and because it's homeopathic, you can't do too much.
Awesome.
Right. And if you wanted to get really fancy,
yes.
Symphytum, Symphy, Symphytum.
Yeah.
Is a homeopathic for fractures.
Yeah.
And then one more, Hypericum, Hypericum, is a homeopathic for nerve pain.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So you could use the three of those, warm compresses, gentle, start touching the area. You know, in a fracture, you want stability, which is why us or our kids, my clients here, go ahead in. I'll be there in a few.
Yeah.
What's her meowing cat is here. That's very funny. So what you want is stability.
Yeah.
For a little while. And then you need to start moving it. So the interesting thing with research on broken bones is that if you or I were in space and there were zero gravity and we had a broken bone, our fracture would never heal. We need gravity and we need a little bit of pressure going across that broken junction to stimulate the blood flow into the area, because the blood brings in first collagen, then cartilage, later bone to heal.
Yeah.
So you start with this, you get a giant callus. It's like a callus on your hands. It's a bony callus. And so what'll happen around that little fracture area, if that's what it is, it'll start to get thicker.
Okay.
But it will not be warm anymore.
Okay.
It'll start to get thicker.
Okay.
It won't have anywhere near as much pain. It'll be more stable. He'll start moving the whole tail more. And then slowly with time, it'll do what's called remodeling, which means the body takes out one cell and puts in a different cell. So it takes out the cartilage and puts in bone. And so that bone will heal, and it might be in a zigzag, but it will be healed, bone functioning. Everything else around it is flowing, the muscles going, blood's going to the tip, and you can go back to pulling on his tail.
Got it. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And I just saved you how much money?
Probably like $800, $800 or so.
That's true. You're in New York. It costs even extra up there. All right, $500 to $800 for them to basically say, "Oh, he'll be fine. It'll heal. Here's some pain meds and anti-inflammatory."
Yeah. Right. Oh my gosh.
Right. So here you are in my monthly membership, and you text me as a member of my membership, and you say, "Hey, Dr. Cathy, look, here's Kitty, the picture. I think this happened," and I'll say, "Do this, do that, do this, do that." Which is everything you and I just talked through.
Well, thank you. Wow.
Feel it, touch it.
I'm part of the monthly club.
And then I'll be like, okay, Arnica, hyperic.
Oh.
Gentle traction. Keep me updated. Oh, did we lose each other?
Yes, for a quick second, but it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, that darn sitting outside. Oh, well.
Yes.
So, that's one of the things that healthypossibilities.com, right? You come to my website, you get this pop-up and it says, sign up for the free report on how you might be overpaying your vet and over-vaccinating your pet. Mm-hmm. In there, I make suggestions along the lines of what you and I just talked about, because there are other ways than the regular system.
Yeah.
So people do that. They think about things and then they go, oh, well, I have a specific issue. So specific issues, sign up for a phone consult, because you and I, this is basically a phone consult. And that's kind of it's the format that I use. We do Zoom on a phone consult. I get a lot of history. You and I have talked for weeks about your kitty crew, so I know what's going on in your house. And then you have a specific issue. And then after that, monthly membership is, hey, I have X and X problem. What do I do? Text you back with a solution. Hey, I have this and that going on. I go, ooh, you need to go to the vet. Or, hey, I went to the vet. I got some blood work. What do you think? I look at it and I say, okay, this means that. This means that. Here are some suggestions. How about some supplements? That sort of thing. So this is how I like to teach people.
Amazing.
I mean, think how much time we spend that. My goal is education. If you understand what you're looking at, then you are a prepared cat mom.
As your own pet advocate with the help of you and your skills. Yeah. Like I'm already thinking, I got to get out my warming pad. I put it in the microwave with all the oats, right? And that I could wrap around his tail a little bit, even though it's painful, but like to start the stretching, or maybe with the warm.
Under his tail. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. And lay a little towel across. Make a little heat tent.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And see, these are the things that as a mom you do for the two-legged ones.
Why can't you do it
our
for the
system, exactly. Our system leaves us as pet parents helpless. We don't know what to do. So we're constantly running to the vet. Think how many urgent care type places there are for people and for animals. And it's because as a society, we no longer know what to do.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what species. We don't know what to do.
You are so helpful. Look at this. I got to walk through the process of what someone would do in a situation that's real and happening in my life. And I appreciate you talking about that. Wow. And it's, pet owners out there. Yeah. Vets have their place and medicine has their place, And I love that you said if there's something medically needs to be done, you'll tell that person you need this for that. You have to go. But there's certain things that you could be doing yourself to save yourself time, money, headache, and increase this knowledge.
And think about the money spent. The money spent is not just how much cash comes out of your pocket at the vet. Time away from work.
Yeah.
How much money do you lose when you're not working?
Exactly. Well, my kid's like, he has to go to the vet tomorrow. I said, I have to work tomorrow. I said, but let me see if I look online. I looked at like an appointment thing online to a vet that I've never been to. And because the Petcos were already booked. And then I looked at one that close by and I'm like, they only have 2:30, 3 o'clock. I have to work. I can't do it. So I'm like, let me look at the next day. Oh, but that's Halloween. Oh, so maybe it's a Friday. He's not dying. And now thinking, let me try my own techniques before I rush to the vet. And
beautiful. Now, what would
But-
you have seen if you had this? Oh no, we got to go right now. He would have dragged himself in. He'd be covered in blood. Can't lift his head up. Or you found him on the. But this
that's
happens.
different. Yeah.
It's different, and that's the fill in the curse word of your choice and scoop them up, stop everything, not going to work today, and you're off to the emergency room. Obvious, but you processed it right. You went, "Ooh, we have an issue,
But
not critical.
he's
Does
purring.
need to
I
be
could
taken
still-
care of." Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew you had.
And then I'm
needs that
Googling
topic.
cat surgery for tails. I'm like,
Right.
guys, he might lose his tail. I'm like, maybe they have to cut it. You know, I get a little frantic myself. Oh, we gotta go, my little son. I'm like, well, no, because he's purring, but he's not. It's bad, but it's like if you broke a bone, my other son's, they'll put a cast on it. I'm like, I don't think they could do. Dude, can you put a cast on it? No, you're telling me no cast on a tail. So okay, all right.
Yeah, and you know, I've seen cats. When you amputate a tail, that's an extreme thing. Long before that, you don't need to. And seriously, so I adopted this kitten just forever ago. I was a year or two out of vet school. He was dragging around his front leg. I was doing relief work at a vet clinic in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And this cute little kitten had been surrendered, and they did an x-ray, and he had a broken front leg.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they told me in vet school that you leave him alone in the room with his bone and he heals.
Yeah, right? Oh.
So brought him home, did nothing. 2 months later, walking totally normally, went back
Love
to
it.
do relief work at the same vet. And I'm like, let's do an x-ray. There was
Yeah.
no evidence of a broken bone.
Wow. All
Tyler,
right,
buddy.
thank you so much. All right, how do we
bet.
reach out to you, darling?
Healthy Possibilities with a paw.com.
Perfect. And looking forward to the next time we get to connect. Are we back again next week? And I hope that everything's okay in the office today.
I think there's electricity again. People are going in and out.
All right, good. Be safe. Thank you so much. And I'll keep you
Thank
posted.
you.
Thank you again, sweetheart.
Have a great week.
Bye. Happy Halloween.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.